They were busy taking pictures and filming while we were going on. Please, next time you do it, I'll get soldiers from the barrack nearby to pick you up. That's on a lighter note. As we start, I'd like to first introduce the men and women of Timber and Caliber who occupy this seat here so that we can start. And I'd like to start by introducing the chairman of Noor Takaful Insurance Limited, Ambassador Shoaibu Ahmed. Can you please give him a round of applause as he steps forward? Thank you very much. I'd like to call to the high table the director, Alhaji Mokhtar Bakari. Please come to the high table. We have in our midst the NIA representative, that is the Nigerian Insurance Association, Mr. Larry Ojuola. Please welcome to the high table. I think Mr. Ojuola actually planned this with me. We're both, dressed almost same. I'm going to charge him a fee before we leave here. Thank you. The ties are different. Okay, thanks. But mine is Abame. He's Italian, so he's going to pay me. Thank you. We also have in our midst a representative of Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, Mrs. Bukola Ifemade. Mrs. Ifemade, please come to the high table. Thank you. I would like to stand that I have introduced these eminent personalities. I'd like just to quickly introduce others that are not going to be on the high table because the high table is actually not too long to have them. So I'd like to start by introducing the NICOM representative, the National Insurance Commission representative. I don't know whether it's Alhaji who is joining, the person actually joining us virtually, Alhaji Kamaldeen Badde. Can you hear us? Are you on? Is he on? If it's online, you can actually say hello to us. We will hear you. Can we give him a round of applause? We have in our midst this morning the representative of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, the bossa, Alhaji Yahya A. Azan. Can you please? And we have the Rector, College of Insurance and Financial Management, Dr. Mrs. Yeside Abiodun. Dr. Mrs. Yeside Abiodun Oyetayo. All right. Oh, they actually wrote the three names. Thank you. Of course, we have the Deputy Managing Director of all insurance brokers, Mr. Said Egbeyemi. Okay. Ogropsin Dual Limited. Okay, what I have here is just all insurance broker. Thank you. And I think I should introduce the MD of the company, although his name is not here, but I want to use my veto to introduce him. The MD, Mr. Aminu Mokhtar, please stand up for recognition. I don't know, Mr. Aminu Tuko, actually, Mr. Aminu Tuko. I don't know why you don't want to be introduced. Your name is not on the list of people to be introduced, but you deserve to be introduced. On that note, I'd like to welcome us once again to this program. We want to assure you that this program is going to be, we're going to be time conscious and want to urge everybody that we're going to be giving microphone to please minimize let's maximize the time that we have so we don't drag this event for too long. On this note, I'd like to call on the chairman of Noor Takaful Insurance Limited for his keynote address, talking of Ambassador Shoaibu Ahmed. So you have a microphone.
The Commissioner, National Insurance Commission, NICOM, our participants, contributors, the Director General, Nigerian Insurance Association, the President, Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, the Rector, Nigerian College of Insurance, the Bosa, Ahmadu Bello University's area, distinguished brokers here present, gentlemen of the press. On behalf of the board and management of Noor Takaful Insurance Limited, I welcome you to the 2018 General Takaful Surplus Distribution Ceremony. I want to acknowledge the presence of the various participants, board members, and other stakeholders of Noor Takaful Insurance Limited who have joined us via Zoom. While we would have loved to have everyone here in the hall, the world, as we know, has changed due to COVID-19, and hence the decision to have very limited number of people physically present here in line with the existing guidelines and protocols. Furthermore, I want to thank all those present in the hall with me right now, from our regulator, our participants, brokers, gentlemen of the press. We know what it takes to step out of our homes and brave the new and various obstacles of wearing of mask, washing of hand, using of hand sanitizers, and checking our body temperature at every location we visit. We truly appreciate your presence here today. Today marks another big day, not just for Noor Takaful Insurance, but for the insurance industry in Nigeria. Last year, April, Noor Takaful made history as the first Takaful operator to distribute surplus by returning over 12 million naira in cash to our participants. Once again, Noor Takaful has confirmed the benefits and beauty of the Takaful model after receiving approval from NICOM to distribute over 15 million naira today at this event. Noor Takaful Insurance remains the only Takaful operator to have thus far kept to our promise of distributing surplus in Nigeria to our participants, from the big ones to the smallest, including those with third-party motor insurance policies. As we make history once again, it is important to remind us here today and how we got here. The method of distributing surplus starts from the underwriting process. The underwriting team ensures that we operate prudent assessments to adequately cover our risk effectively. Our risk fund is also effectively managed to ensure the right investment decisions are made, having the right balance between risk and return on our investments. A number of you may wonder why we are only distributing the 2018 surplus in 2020. To ensure equity and fairness, and by practice, Noor Takaful has decided to wait until the last policy taken in 2018 expires. Being that the last policy taken in 2018 was on December 31st, 2018, that last policy will have expired 31st December 2019. As a result, the surplus calculation actually starts on January 1st, 2020. It will go through an in-house calculation to determine the actual amount that can be recommended as surplus. This is then forwarded to our actuaries who certify the calculation. Once we received actuarial certification, it has to be approved by our board of directors and our advisory committee of experts. And finally, all the certifications are sent to our regulator, NICOM, for final approval. The distribution of surplus today confirms that Noor Takaful has taken right steps to maintain a healthy risk fund. I'm also proud to mention here today that Noor Takaful Insurance has gained a reputation for claims payment. We ensure that once a discharge voucher is issued and signed, the claim is paid within a 24-hour period. I invite insurance brokers who are partners in this journey to take advantage of the Takaful model by including Noor Takaful in more of their businesses. I believe it is a win-win situation for all when a broker sends a surplus check to a mutual client. In addition to Noor Takaful's pioneering and innovative stride in giving back underwriting surplus to our insured or contributors, we are also today taking another step in bringing our services to the doorsteps of our customers. Without a doubt, we're in the world of technology today, and one of our closest companions is our mobile phone. We are therefore taking this opportunity to launch our mobile app at today's event. We believe this app will bring our participants closer to us and give them a seamless system of getting Takaful insurance from the comfort of their homes, offices, and while on the move. Finally, I would like to thank the participants who have trusted us with their business and congratulate them on receiving surplus today. I cannot stop appreciating our regulator, the National Insurance Commission, NICOM, for the continued support we get from the Commission. As we continue with this journey, we look forward to better years ahead with larger surplus distributions. Once again, thank you very much for trusting Noor Takaful with your insurance requirements. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I think the company deserves a better round of applause. I was speaking with the MD yesterday and I mentioned to him that I've been doing insurance for, let's say, about 15 years now. I've never used even insurance for anything. Even when I have issues with my car, I don't have the time to call anybody and be speaking grammar. I get my car fixed and I move on. I don't need it for anything, just to feel right. But for me, this is a win-win thing. And I've instructed the admin and finance in our company, all the car, everything, every insurance we do, henceforth, must move to Noor Takaful. I've also told my wife, you know, I have a sentiment for this because I'm a Muslim and I have no, so I've also told my wife, the van you use in your business, everything we do insurance, move to Noor Takaful. Because if I pay premium of 100,000 cumulatively, and next year I get 10,000 back, for me it's something. It's win-win. So on this note, I think we should give this company another round of applause. All right. Without wasting our time, I'd like to call on, we have a short presentation. I'll be done by the MD, Mr. Aminu Tuka. Please come and give us a presentation, and after which we'll move on with the program with some other remarks and the presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to stand on existing protocol. I thank you all on behalf of Noor Takaful for coming here today to share this important day for us. In fact, for a lot of us at Noor Takaful, it's very emotional. We go out there every day and we talk to our participants, and there's that doubt that the promise of returning something back, they never have believed it. But it's very emotional that we have met that promise. We fulfilled it last year and we're fulfilling it again. Inshallah, it's something that we hope to continue to do as the company continues to grow. It's a very short presentation, and the reason why we're doing this presentation basically is just to enlighten us more about how the surplus process works and to understand what we did last year and what we have done this year. Most of the people in this room today know about Noor Takaful as the pioneer Takaful operator in Nigeria, a pioneer in terms of composite and full-fledged. And basically, most of our operations today, apart from working within the National Insurance Commission guidelines, we also have the Takaful guidelines by NICOM, and then we work within the Advisory Council of Experts, what we call the ACE, to ensure that everything we do is in line with the Sharia principles as provided. So I'll just quickly move on and just give a little bit of a history, certain milestones that have led us to where we are today. I hope it is clear enough, but I'll be very quick on this. So Noor Takaful basically developed from a few people coming together around 2009 to say, look, what can we do in terms of Islamic finance? There's a gap. They had a seminar, and that gave birth to Noor Takaful in August 2015. It was incorporated by the CAC, and in April 2016, we received approval in principle by NICOM. And in January 2017, we finally got the approval in principle, the full approval, and we commenced operation. Then something unique happened in 2017. I know a lot of people keep on asking us, what happens if there's a deficit in the fund? And we experienced that briefly in 2017, in May 2017. We have 3 different funds. Today we're here to talk about the General Takaful. We had a deficit in the group family or group life fund. We operated for about 5 months and there was a large claim. And at that point, the operator, Noor Takaful, shareholders had to put in money into the fund to make up the difference. And we were not able to get, that fund, that input was actually called what we call a card al-Hassan, or a card for short. A card is an interest-free loan to an individual or corporate body that has no interest and would only be paid back when the person is able to. So the operator at that point had to give a card al-Hassan to the group family risk fund. And we're only able to get back our money in November 2018. We felt we had to share this so that people understand the Takaful model a bit better. And in April 2019, we were able to declare the first ever surplus distribution approval we got from NICOM. And we had a bigger ceremony last year. We actually had 3 ceremonies last year in Lagos, Abuja, and Kano, where we had our offices at that point in time. Obviously today, because of the restrictions, we decided to have it a smaller one and then provide it online. Of course, we're here today in August, distributing a bigger surplus. For us, the future is very bright. We believe that the Takaful is going to grow. People are going to appreciate it more. People are going to get more comfortable. The most interesting thing is that the Islamic finance or the non-interest finance is actually growing. The system is actually growing in Nigeria. Today, we have a lot more non-interest banks coming up, and people are appreciating it. Earlier in the year, there was the federal government sukuk. Federal government tried to raise 150 billion naira, and over 500 billion was raised. And because of the structure, the federal government had to return back over 400 billion. So it means that people are getting more comfortable in non-interest. So we know that the Takaful model and Noor Takaful will go bigger and bigger, inshallah. I've missed out one major milestone here, but out of modesty, I didn't put the day I joined Noor Takaful as one of the milestones. So, for a lot of people here, they already understand this. What is the difference between the Takaful model and the conventional? On the left-hand side is the conventional. On the right-hand side is the Takaful. So the major difference is with the conventional is you are transferring your risk to the insurance company. Whereas with the Takaful model, you're sharing your risk and through a risk fund that is owned by the participants who are our clients. We as Takaful operators are only managing the fund on their behalf, and we're paid a management fee or what we call a wakala fee. The fund never ever belongs to Noor Takaful. It's only from our own management fee that we can pay for the management expenses, including an event like today. We can never touch the risk fund to spend on it today. Whereas in the conventional, the funds are all mixed up. with the shareholders' funds, and because the company has technically indemnified their clients. Whereas with us, we are only managing that fund for them. And the interesting thing is, at the end of the day, if there's money left, which we try to make as raindrops there, everybody gets something back. So if you do not get a claim, you will get something back through surplus sharing. So we have a new slogan here, thanks to a few people who have come up with it. With Noor Takaful, you can have it both ways. So let me just talk about what the 2018 surplus is. I have two definitions here, but I would not bore you. One is from the Islamic Finance Standard Board, and it's all about having a balance after deducting all expenses and claims. The other one is from the IOFI, Accounting and Audit Organization of Islamic Finance Institutes. So these are just basically the same things. There's excess money left after net of reinsurance and after deducting expenses and charges in technical provisions. So, like we mentioned earlier on, the risk fund is owned by the participants, our clients or policyholders, as they're called. Any surplus arising from this is now distributed to those people who have not made a claim. This ensures that all participants get something one way or the other. The last point there, we've decided to mention it here because it's something we've gone back and forth with the tax authorities. The tax man says you must pay withholding tax on it. They're treating it like dividends. We've tried to tell the tax man that, look, this is money that already belongs to the participant. He's only collecting it back. And they said, no, he has already expensed it. So he's earning it back as income. So it's something that I know people are trying to go ahead and discuss with the tax regime. Bearing in mind that nowadays we have a very active tax regime that changes and is reviewed on a regular basis. So it's something that with this Takaful operators will try and push and see how this can be exempted. So as my chairman had already mentioned earlier on, the surplus that we're paying today is for all policies on the general Takaful taken between 1st of January to 31st of December 2018. Distribution is calculated after the last policy has expired. And then, just a brief summary, the total number of policies that were covered in 2018, 757 under General Takaful. Policies that do not make a claim, 689. Policies that qualify for surplus, 608. Last year, we realized that if we're paying back money or distributing surplus for third party, the money was going to come up to less than 500 naira. And we thought of the administrative cost of giving back this money. But what we've decided this year to do is, while we may not give back cash to people because of that administrative cost, we're contacting all our clients and said, you have a credit balance of over 600 naira. So kindly renew it with, if you're renewing your policy, you pay less with that 600 naira. That way we ensure that we effectively manage these monies. Participants would, based on their calculation, participants would effectively receive 13% of their money. So if your contribution was 100,000 naira, you would get back about 13,000 naira. Last year, if you paid 100,000 naira, 2017, if your contribution was 100,000 naira, you will get back, you got back 10,000 naira. And this is something that we're happy to do. We're really, really happy to give back this money, bearing in mind that whatever happens, the risk fund does not belong to us. So it's only fair and equitable to return these monies to the people who actually own these monies. So in terms of figures, this is what we're looking at. Gross contribution written for 2018, 155 million for the General Takaful. For 2017, as against 140 million naira. The surplus for 2018, 30 million as against 29 million. And surplus declared 27 million naira. So what we're giving back today as surplus is just over 15 million naira. By law, by regulation, we're required to have some of that money kept as a reserve. So 12 million naira has been kept back as a reserve to ensure the safety and size of the fund continues to remain healthy enough to take care of claims that may arise in the future. So this fund is only bound to grow. Each time we look at the review of our risk fund, we're always happy to look at the size and growth of it. And from the performance of 2020, so far so good. Well, it's looking very good. We believe that this is something that we'll be able to do and continue to keep based on the 2019 accounts. So we believe that the surplus would, if trends continue like this, we will be able to keep our promise and make a surplus distribution next year. So just to conclude this very short presentation, just to remind everybody today, why Noor Takaful? I think the most important thing for us at Noor Takaful is the basis of the principle of equity and fairness. Equity and fairness in everything that we do. When we're making a decision, if it concerns a client, if it concerns a staff, when that decision is about to be concluded, somebody will ask, is that a fair decision? And if it's not fair, we'll go back and think about it again. So at every point in time, we always put that equity and fairness. Our brokers are here today. I believe we're competitive. We talk to them on a very regular basis. We're able to compete. I hope they can also factor the fact that they get back, their clients will get back some of this surplus. So when they're factoring their costs with Noor Takaful, they can actually discount it and say, oh, after all, we may get back something from the surplus. And we're here today because of the surplus. We keep on saying Noor Takaful is a win-win Takaful operator. Either way, you get to win. So people who have been, like Mr. Bolaji that has been saying, he's been paying or making insurance for 15 years. He's never made a claim. Imagine if he had been getting something back for this 15 years on a regular basis. So this thing means a lot. No matter how small it is, I've realized from last year, people were so appreciative to get their checks back. And it's something that we believe will continue to build on. It's something that we'll do this year. Now, a lot of people, when we go across them and they say, oh, Takaful, Muslims, Islam. No, what we're selling, Islam is a beautiful religion, but what we're selling actually is the beauty and the value that you can get and derive from the Takaful model. It is a beautiful model. Everybody can get to enjoy and benefit from it. It is open to everybody. It is a business concept that we're selling value for your money. And we've been able to share businesses with a number of, in insurance, you get to do co-insurance. So you can, a broker can decide, look, I'm going to give one insurance policy to 5 different brokers. When we have that situation, we are able to give back on our own portion. Once our check is ready for the portion we have accepted, if the broker has given us 10%, 15%, 20%, we will give back the surplus on our 15, 10%, whatever we have taken in as an institution. And this is something we're very proud of as well at Noor Takaful. I'm proud to say, we are one of the fastest when it comes to payment of claims. It's something that the way, you should actually physically see how the file of claims moves from office to office to ensure that there is no delay at any point in time. And it's something that we'll continue to keep to do, bearing in mind that we have a healthy risk fund that is out there to make this claims payment. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for your time. And for the people who are receiving checks today, we'll be making start making the payments. In fact, we actually started making payments from yesterday. So we'll be happy to give out the checks from today. We've actually sent emails to most people. They've actually sent their bank details, and by the end of tomorrow, what I'm sure would have made significant payments. Noor Takaful has 4 offices today: Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Ibadan. We're in the process of opening Kaduna, and sometime hopefully by the end of the year, Bauchi as well. We're actually quite active on our social media handles are quite active. We ask that you please follow it: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And we have dedicated accounts to ensure that things are met on a timely basis. Each time somebody asks me, what is your email? And he wants a quotation, he wants to make a claim. And I said, no, send it to quotations or send it to claims. Reason being, if I'm not available, somebody else is able to attend to it. We have a protocol that ensures that your emails are responded to on a timely basis. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you very much. Thank you.
That was a very powerful, short but powerful presentation. Thank you, MD. We have somebody online who's going to be speaking to us virtually, and is the NICOM representative, Mr. Kamaldin Badi. Mr. Badi, are you online?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Mr. Badi, you are speaking, but we are not able to hear very well. Just hold on.
Hello. Can you hear me now? Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go on.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, members of the high table, participants and attendees, all other protocols observed. I'm here representing the Commissioner for Insurance, and I wish to say that Takaful Insurance came as a result of the financial inclusion strategy of the government to meet the gaps that were surveyed and found out in the insurance market in Nigeria. Takaful has a great prospect in Nigeria, given that there's a great population that is excluded, and that this, I hope you can hear me. Hello?
Please.
And this Takaful insurance seeks to address. I wish to say that this ceremony of surplus distribution is a great advertisement to Takaful Insurance in Nigeria. And the Commission wishes to congratulate Noor Takaful for this great strike and noble cause. We wish, and we note that this is the second in a row. We hope that other Takaful companies will follow suit and emulate this great stride. Recently, 2 more insurance Takaful licenses were given to insurance. That shows that there is prospect for growth in this area. As a regulator, what we are more concerned is that the insurance, the Takaful insurance companies should adhere to the key priority areas that was outlined in the National Financial Inclusion Strategy 2019. And these areas were to cover gaps in the areas of gender, age. For gender, we have women. In age, we have the youth, the micro, small, and medium enterprises. We also have the area of regional shortfall, where Northeast and North Central are highlighted. So we hope that the Takaful insurance will now pay more attention, concentrate in these areas that are highlighted as key priority areas to sorry. We hope that the insurance Takaful will concentrate in these areas for to adhere to the National Insurance Financial Inclusion Strategy document of 2019. I have observed that in the MD said that very soon they are going to open a branch in Bauchi State, which is in line with what we are talking about in the area of regional participation. Northeast and North Central are the identified geopolitical zones that have deficit in insurance coverage in Nigeria. So it is a good it's a good strive, and we hope that very soon they will go further and address the area of women, the youth, and micro and small scale enterprises. Thank you very much, and we wish that this great area will continue, and it will be emulated by other insurance, Takaful insurance companies. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bade. That was a very good one. And we were actually calling you to put on your video so we could see you, but it's fine. Thank you very much. On this note, I'd like to announce that it's time for us to make the presentation. And the presentation we're making here is just symbolic to just use these few people that will be receiving check here, to represent the multitude of people that will get this surplus. So I'd like to call on the chairman, Noor Takaful. Let me also invite the NIA representative to please join us. Chairman, please. Yes. I'd like the MD to also join them. Can we have the checks? In no particular order. The MD, please join. Join. Okay. The first recipient, in no particular order, please, is Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. And we have the bossa here to receive on behalf of the institution. Okay, we'll do two then. Yes. I'll call. Is Boa here? Is Boa here? Yes, Boa is here. Okay. Thank you. So, in place of gentlemen, I'd like to have the lady to come, please, for this presentation. And I'd like to call on Boa Sugar Refinery Limited. Representative of Boa, should please come forward to receive your check. Boa is getting 121,287 naira 94 kobo for this year. We are hoping that next year they will do more business and they will be able to get as much as 2-point-something million that Ahmadu Bello University got. Thank you. We'd like to take a short break. We'll continue with the presentation after the launch of our app. So it is time for us to unveil the app. And this will be done by Mr. Taufik Sholabi. Mr. Sholabi, please come forward. I think the MD is joining him to do the launch. And I think I'd like to, if I have my way, use my veto that everybody in this room today must download the app before you go. And the way to allow you to go out of this place to show us your phone with the app. Thank you. It's a military regime.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Okay, this, like the chairman had said earlier, we are trying to move closer to our clients, and sorry. We are trying to move closer to our clients, and that's what actually leads to the development of this app. So I'll just go straight to the introduction of the app. So for the mobile app, we are already concluded with the Android, but for the iOS, we'll likely be pushing that out in the next 2 days. So for the Android, it's readily downloadable. So I'll just introduce the app. Once the app is being downloaded, you are going to see a login screen. For the login screen, for our existing users, they can actually log in with the email and their password. But for new users, there is a For new users, you have the opportunity to set up an account. So once you set up an account, you can see a list of our products on the first page, and also what we have there is a dashboard which can actually show what other products you have listed. So from this, I think okay, it's just the same thing. Then here you can also, sorry. Okay, we have the product, like you know, we have the family Takaful and also the general Takaful. So okay, this is just a few list of what we have there. It's not all the products that are currently listed. We have for the family Takaful, we have this some of our product listed, which you can actually start, and then also you can do it for yourself, and you can also buy for get the insurance for someone else through the app. Then just some of the benefits. It allows you to initiate a Takaful plan. You can view your policy, so can plan documents. You can also schedule a payment. It's just like pay direct, exactly for our existing user. You don't need to. You can use is connected to. We have all this what's it called, payment solution, payment gateways already connected, so you can always pay directly from it. And these are just a few of our general Takaful products listed on the app for now. Then also just the same thing, you can take up a policy for your vehicle policies. You can also renew through the app. You can make a claim, and also you can, it gives you the opportunity to make some inquiry and also complain. Like I said earlier, you can use your card to pay directly from the app. Well, like it's been said earlier, you know, today location doesn't matter. You can always do business with us from anywhere. Okay, this is just security features that is also part of the features of the app. Okay, on a final note, I think this has been highlighted earlier by the MD. These are just ways to contact us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Taufik. I think now more than ever, our, apart from our spouses, even for some of us, our phones are more of a companion than our spouses. I know a lot of us wake up in the morning and the first thing we do before we say hello to anybody is the mobile phone, is to look up at our mobile phones, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. So this, we felt, is a very important thing that we needed to bring out. And the brokers are not left out. We've actually had, or we have a platform where brokers can actually log in and be able to generate certain certificates or certain documents without necessarily contacting us at the offices, especially for quick things like the motor vehicle or the marine insurance. The thing about insurance is some of the policies may not necessarily be concluded at the app, and that is deliberate. And because if you're doing a comprehensive, for instance, you need to verify some of the things about the motor vehicle. You need to confirm that the motor vehicle does actually exist. So, but as much as possible, we'll make it very interactive, and you're able to ensure that somebody gets back to you on a timely basis. And then the most exciting thing is probably going to be the family Takaful, where you have your scheduled payments. If you're going to pay on a quarterly basis, monthly basis, on a daily basis, the app will provide that or give you that flexibility. So like Mr. Bolaji has said, we request that you please go ahead, download the app from either the Play Store or the App Store or from our website. Thank you very much.